Alright, time to put all my plushies on their shelves. Alright, here we go. Oh, yeah, Rockstar Bonnie. I think we got a new one of those. Let me just straighten you up. People are going to want to buy that thing now. Shirts that we need to rebuy. Okay. Why am I doing this? This is not my job. We haven't even sold anything.
What are you doing?
Well, I was going over merch stuff because we've been shipping out more merch than we've been selling in-house, so I have to order more for when the place actually opens up. So I was getting a list for Brian of what we needed. We need more of these little cactuses because they keep selling, and since we got a new Bonnie, I'm supposing that that thing's gonna start selling once kids get around to seeing who he is. Also,
right.
search the shirts. Shirts sell out of like pancakes, my dude. What are you doing here? Figured you'd be with baby.
I don't know where she is.
Wait, really? He was kind of acting kind of weird. Maybe she needs her own space right now.
Don't know where she is.
Well, she did figure out all this evil, twisted things right out of the blue. Kind of feel weird to be treated like a kid, not being known about everything that's happening.
I guess.
It'd hurt me if someone didn't tell me the truth.
Pardon?
Say it would hurt me if someone just stood there and wouldn't tell me the truth. I mean, think about it from her perspective. Her dad ruined her life, and now these things coming at her for the same sins. It's like, Jesus, can the kid get a break for a moment and stop living in the shadow? At least Michael, somewhere, running his own chain of restaurants now.
Michael's still alive.
Yeah. Just, you know what? You better wish he was dead. I heard when he first met John, he didn't even care if he was there or not. I mean, I've met the guy, dude. He's not alive. He painted himself purple, like a bleach purple, because of how he felt about his father. Always wanted to impress him. Imagine wanting to impress someone so badly, you would try to become as much like them as possible, and then they still reject you. It's terrible.
You must really like those cactuses.
The cactuses are I'm telling you, I sold like, there's been like 100 sales of the small cactuses on the site. I don't know, man. The cactuses make the money. They make the green. We need more cactuses. Yeah, well, we could up the margin on them, but then I don't know if we're going to sell as many cactuses. And I like so. What? No, come on. You're here for a reason. Is it because baby's gone?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad I can be your second choice. If anything, if you want to keep counting, there's some shirts over there that have tags on them. Keep track of them. There's a few on the shelf that need to be replenished. I suppose you wouldn't just come here because she's missing. If that was the case, you'd be out there looking for her. There must be something else. You notice, I know we don't sell these crown things very much. These shoe toppers? Oh. And who buys a postcard from an amusement park that doesn't even open up?
I came to check up on you.
Check up on me? Oh, don't worry about it, man. I'm okay.
I mean, what you said last time.
Oh. Yeah, it was stupid of me to say that to you. You don't deserve that. I don't know everything about you, and I need to stop assuming that you're like someone who's not here. You're not a coward, you're just... The way you think is not like anything else I've seen. It's confusing.
How's that?
I think you only care about you.
Really?
Yup, and everything else is just a byproduct of that. Your guilt, what you feel like you should be doing. I mean, you take care of this pizzeria and get mad at Brian like it's your job. In the day, we're animatronics. It's not our job. It's not your job.
I know it's not.
Well, you think it has to be someone's? Brian's doing a better job than you think.
And yet this park is still closed. Huh?
Would you open that park up to kids? With all these twisted animatronics running around?
I wouldn't have. But you didn't need to go poking around the portal either.
At the end of the day, if that portal was there, these things would have came out. If Brian would have went there and started going in it. I think Brian should have never went in because he relies on it to remind himself of a time where he wasn't hurt. I don't know why he feels so hurt about Moulton's passing. It wasn't even him who killed him.
I'm more surprised you don't feel much guilt.
Moulton knew. If Moulton was here right now, he would laugh if I felt bad for what he did. Or if I felt bad for killing him. I feel tremendous pain for not having my best friend here. Don't get me wrong. Me and him, best friends. Did everything together. Played minigames together. Played apps together. He protected me when no one else would. He didn't think of me as just another thing to be scrapped.
Well, I wouldn't expect him to exactly take you back if he was here.
Huh, guess you don't really know him, huh? No, I guess you did. You know the person he was, but you never got to see the person he became. Maybe you were turned off in that room, but all the things that ever happened to him changed him. He always blamed you for what happened to him and the way he acted and his actions. Said that you're the reason he did all those things. But you know what? At the end, he knew it was his choice. He knew it was no one else's fault but his own that he had to do those things. Sure, Afton planting a bomb in him, scaring him with the thought of death, maybe that was there. But he switched those controls around to kill Nedbear. I'd be long dead with no memory if it wasn't for him. If I wasn't there, no one would have killed him, and he would have ended up killing Brian, ending up in none of us existing, and he knew that. So don't sit there and tell me that if he wasn't here right now, he wouldn't be my friend. Sure, I bet he'd be like, oh man, we left things on such a burning cliffhanger, or, oh man, you really melted me away with all those sweet words you said. But you know what? He isn't like that. He's not going to be petty about something he knew. Right before he did that, he told me he was going to put on an act. Because someone has to be the bad guy. It was just him who had to pretend to be one. If he had his choice, I bet he would come back. Not because anyone told him to. Because I bet he would want to see how everyone reacted afterward.
Or maybe just because I would not.
What, that you wouldn't?
I would not. If it was me dying in lava, I would have hated you with every fiber of my being.
Guess what? You don't get that. You don't get to be mad at me for something I did. That was my choice. His as well. You think those seconds he stood there waiting to die that he wanted it? You think me hearing him scream while everything was burnt away while he said he didn't want to be alone and I was there with him? Jesus, I'd rather die with him than all this go down. He deserves to be here as much as anyone else. You don't get to be mad at him. You don't get to be mad at me. Sure, you want to think you lost your friend? You did lose your friend the day you pushed him. He even tried to help you. I don't get you. What's your motivation here? I don't even know you. For the time I did know you, you were the same. The time you pretended to be dead for almost a year, you were the same. And when you come back to try to make a sacrifice play, you want to act like the things people are doing aren't enough? Jesus. How many cactuses are over there?
4.
Yeah, we need like 6. How do we sell cactuses in stores? We don't have any customers. There's 4 over here. Is there 4 over here? Yeah, there is. I'm not here to bust you or try to make you feel bad about anything. You don't deserve to feel bad about something you have no control over. If you want to act that way, you can act that way. I really don't care. I can't change you, Freddy. I can't change the fact that you died. I can't change the fact that you're here. I can't change the fact that baby's not around. I can't change the fact that you think Brian isn't good enough for his position. Only thing I can say is, from what I've seen, Brian is honestly doing the best he can. And these twisted animatronics, they're just another thing. Just another thing that'll end up getting destroyed because even they can't even see how hurt they are. Maybe they do. Maybe that's the sad part. Maybe they know they're gonna die. But I don't think it's gonna be you who kills them. I don't think it's gonna be Brian. Something else will.
It was my fault.
What?
I did make Molten who he is. If it wasn't for that small thing, who knows? He might still be alive.
He would have died anyway. Because he was a monster. Isn't that right? Combinations of a failure because Afton couldn't get his family back.
Perhaps.
Say what you will about it being whoever's fault, Freddy. Fact is, you were just like him. Scared kid. Outlashing onto the world of how you felt. There's nothing wrong with what you did. I forgive you if you ever hurt anyone for hurting him. He didn't hate you. He just didn't like how you pretended to go on like nothing happened. I bet if even for a moment you told him that what you just told me, I bet he would have a lot more peace in death. But if I'm being honest, he will never die. His memory will live on, and that's why we have to fight, right? I mean, Brian's not going to kill those things, and I know for a fact we can barely touch them. I mean, God.
Do you think Davis might know something? He studied the portal at Brian's Pizzeria.
Last time I heard anything about him, he had Reddy, and he was moving somewhere else. I mean, I don't think you understand. Whatever John did, whatever John's at, or wherever they're at.
Well, he fell off the map.
Oh, yeah, I can't even find him. I tried, actually. I tried to talk to Davis. He doesn't know where he is. Try to see if I can go to Michael's Pizzeria. It's not even ready yet. He has 4 chains opening up in the next month. We can't even open up one amusement park.
Theme park.
Things keep going this way. Someone will show up to tell Brian he's not doing a good enough job, and that's the thing. I think he is doing his best, but you know, if someone else was here, someone who
He
did.
He doesn't want to fix this.
You honestly think that he doesn't want to?
Sometimes he just plays games. Bumper boats the other day when Orville was broken, or when we just got him.
I'll admit that Brian doesn't want to accept help for how he feels. Even John, at his lowest point, got help. But he had friends. Imagine how alone Brian must feel with us. He doesn't even have a single person he can relate to. He doesn't have a Davis. He doesn't have a Michael. He doesn't have anyone. He doesn't have that. He barely had anyone before. I mean, we're all he's got, dude. I mean, do you really think how easy it could be for him to go home and have nightmares every night about how he's going to lose us?
We're seeing Molten again.
Yeah, imagine that. He sees Molten as he used to be, too. A monster. Someone who antagonized him at every point. I tell you, when the inspector came to shut down our pizzeria, it was Molten who stepped up and cleaned the place. Molten who actually made the pizzas. Molten who wanted to do better. I mean, that's why you remind me a lot of him. Maybe it's not you remind me of him with your way you act, because obviously, dude, like, you're like a brick. But, you would do anything to make sure this pizzeria keeps going, because I think bottom of your heart, you know you don't want any of this to end. The problems I had, I lied. You know what? I lied. I wasn't having relationship problems with Happy Frog. I was talking to Brian about you. I don't think you've been that good of a friend, and I don't think you have been able to see what you've been doing. I get that you want to protect Baby, but honestly, like, where is she?
I don't know.
You know, Molten hang a guy from a ceiling just because he thought it was going to hurt him. He didn't even want to. He was told to get at somebody else. Because they thought they would release some information about all the terrible things someone did. Then when Baby actually talked to them, when I was there, Baby even told me she didn't want that. Because it was her choice, her past, not anyone else's to be revealed. She may be a kid, or acting like one. She's more mature than she leads on, just like everyone else here. Thank God, dude. For a year and a half, I was the idiot.
So who's really the idiot then?
I don't know. Probably the one that's not here anymore. The man who put all of the effort into making something that he'll never be able to see.
You know, I thought you were going to say Foxy or something.
Oh, yeah. Foxy's the big idiot here. You know, always running off and doing his little quips. God, I've dealt with worse than Foxy. You kidding me?
Well, I guess being put through a life or death situation does make Afton worse than Foxy.
Oh yeah, if we tilt the scales maybe a little bit. I mean, he only caused both my arms to get ripped off and blew up my best friend. You know, kind of a bit worse. You know, he also tortured a bunch of people. You know, that too. Beat his own son into a corner. Can you believe that? His own son. God.
I'm sorry. I haven't been the best friend. It is not like I don't care. I do. It's just that nothing will ever be good enough.
Hey. We may have been the best friends. I don't think that's what we were meant to be either. Things may never be good enough to even redeem all the things you've had to go through. I mean, you had a life, right? Look up. Look at all that life. There's something kind of beautiful in the sky, don't you think? I mean, I'm alive.
I wouldn't say your face is beautiful.
Oh, well, Happy Frog thinks differently. Sucker!
I'll see you later then.
I have nowhere else to go. I don't have a stage here anymore.
Is that why you were in the merch shop?
I have to sleep somewhere. It rains sometimes. If I turn off right now, like it might rain on me. I don't want to be rusty. So yeah, I sleep in the merch shop. You want to? We can sleep there tonight, or we can go back to the tent. I really don't care.
Well, I don't really have anywhere else to sleep.
Where do the others get stored? Now that I'm thinking about, where does Foxy? Where are all these animatronics sleeping at night? Where is everyone?
I think they're gone.
Oh. Let's go find them.